All right, everybody give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs up, sweet. All right, so welcome to the Greenville WordPress Meetup online edition. And my name is Cliff Kennedy, and I am lead organizer of WordCamp Greenville and the WordPress Meetup. I've been doing the WordCamp for 3 years, and I've been part of the WordPress Meetup for 9. Well, since 2009, so that might be longer. But I've been organizing the meetup for probably like 6 years, I guess. And today we're going to talk about building a better WordPress client experience. And so I kind of took this talk. I don't know if you guys have ever been on YouTube and seen the YouTuber called WP Tuts. But he put out a video a while back and about how to build a better WordPress client experience, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I thought I would kind of make my version of that and bring it to the WordPress Meetup. So, and if you guys want to see this on your computer, if you want to see this presentation on your computer, you can go to, I'll just post the link in the chat, hopefully. But actually, tell you what I'll do. I will post it right here. Let me add something here. And I can just add this. Sorry guys, I probably should have done this beforehand, but I want you guys to see this without having to type it in a chat. I'll put it on the slide right quick. And there it is. All right. So if you want to go to the slide show, you can do that. Oh, well, you can click that button and it'll take you. It should take you to the slide.
We can't click on your screen.
You can't? Yeah, that's true. Well, just go to, that makes sense. So just go to brands.ctwds.com/client-exp. Now that I'm sharing my screen, I can't figure out how to post it in the chat. So it's just brands.ctwds.com. Oh, there it is. It just came up. Hold on. I can post it in the chat. I just figured this out, y'all.
Catherine already posted it in the chat.
Oh, she did. Sweet. That's awesome. Thank you, Catherine. So let's go to the next slide. Again, I pretty much already said who I was. I will say this. I have a YouTube channel called WP Cliff Notes. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but I do YouTube videos and stuff like that. So you can check it out. I'll have all that at the end. So this is what a normal WordPress dashboard and client experience looks like when they log in. And I really think that it can be better. Like, I know it can be better. And I feel like this is one area where WordPress has, I know they're getting there, but I feel like they can do better. And there are people out there who have can help us do this with a few plugins. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about today. And these are some, like, all we're going to use is 4 plugins. So maybe 5. So we're going to use a plugin called Happyfiles. We're going to use one called WP Hide Login. We're going to use one called Label CMS, and one called Admin Columns. And this is what I want it to look like for my clients. I actually, so this is what we're going to get to at the end. So let's just get started. So the first area of our admin or dashboard, whatever you want to call it, that I feel like WordPress has really lacked is media management. And I found a plugin. That's not the name of the plugin. I missed that. This is called Happyfiles. And
that link does not work.
The what?
Happyfiles.io did not work for me. Oh, it worked for you. It didn't work for me.
Yep.
All right. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. Maybe, yeah, it's happyfiles.io. Maybe I spelled it wrong. But it's a plugin that helps you organize your WordPress media library. They have a free version and a pro version. The pro version is very cheap. So I bought the pro version, and the only difference between the two is in the free version. Sorry if you can hear my child in the background, but that's kind of how we are now with COVID-19. So the only difference is with the free version, you only get 10 media categories, which I feel like that suits most cases. The unlimited version, I mean, it's only $19, and for unlimited categories. And I can show you kind of what that'll look like. So if we go to media, so this is what that looks like. And so you can come in here, you can add a category. So if I said backgrounds or whatever, you hit create, and then you would just drag this over like so. And that's all you have to do. And then you can click on this, and there's your backgrounds. So I have all my PDFs in a folder, all my JPEGs in a folder, and I have all my icons in a folder. So, and the difference with the pro version, you can have unlimited categories. With the free version, you can have 10 categories. So, and I feel like the free version will work. So, back to our slideshow. And so the next part of the admin experience or dashboard client experience, I feel like that you don't have to do this. This is not necessary, but I feel like maybe a client would like to have a custom login URL. And so you can use a plugin called Hide WPS Hide Login. It's very simple, very easy plugin to use. It's a free plugin, and it's got a bunch of reviews. It's got a bunch of installs, over 600,000 installs. So it's a legit plugin. So let me show you how that works. So I already have all these plugins installed on my website because I feel like everybody knows how to install a WordPress plugin. If you don't know how to do that, I can show you after this presentation. So the settings for this plugin are in settings under general, I think, if I'm correct. Yes. So you can change this to anything you want it to be. You can also change the 404 URL to anything. And so when you log out of the website, you just type the name of your website and whatever you typed in. Very easy. And then all right, so that's pretty easy. So the next step in the process of making a better client experience is a plugin that I feel like is super awesome. It does multiple things and makes the client experience super awesome. And it's called White Label CMS. It's also a free plugin. It's made by WP Elevation. Those guys are super awesome. If you notice, I say super awesome a lot. And again, it has over 100,000 active installs. It's updated, recent. It's got 69 5-star reviews. I use it on every website that I have, all my client websites. So let's go over here and I'll kind of, because this is a more in-depth walkthrough. So all the settings for this plugin are under settings. So first off, and I'm not going to walk through everything. I'm just going to walk through things that I use in this plugin. Some things you can do is you can hide all WordPress. You can hide the WordPress logo and WordPress links. You can hide the WordPress version. So you know how down here it hides the version of WordPress. Or you know, if you want somebody to see what version of WordPress they're on, you can uncheck that and then it'll show. I guess I'll have to save it first. Yep, right there. So it'll tell you what version of WordPress you're in. But sometimes, I mean, really, I like to hide it. I don't know why, I just do. I feel like it makes it cleaner, even though it's just down there in the corner. Let's see, you can replace client page titles with client name. That's what was there, so that's what I left. You can change the admin logo, which is this right here, if you want, besides the regular WordPress logo. You can change the admin bar alt text, and I just put my name right there. You can replace up here where it says howdy. You can change it to whatever you want to. I'll put what's up. And then the admin bar URL here, the sidebar image. So this right here will link out to my website. And then the menu text, you can do some stuff with a footer. I don't really mess with this down here. You could put your logo, but you have to make sure that it's 50 pixels in height. but I don't really mess with that down there. So you could also do some custom HTML. The login screen, this goes back to your login experience. So you can preview what it looks like, but mine's pretty simple. Oh, what happened? Preview mode. Why did? Oh, because I'm logged in. Guess you got to be logged out. But you can customize that, and all I really did for this is just because this is my starter theme. All I really did is change the logo, and I haven't really made it the right size as you saw earlier. And there's a lot of different settings in here that you can use. You can write some custom JavaScript. You can write some custom CSS if you want to. It's pretty cool. I like it, but I don't, like I said, I don't use it a lot. But this is where I feel like you can really make some headway and really make the dashboard for your client very cool and fresh and simple and clean. It's dashboard. It's the dashboard. So basically, I'm talking about this right here, all of this right here. And let me get out of all this. These are just getting in my way. So the first thing you can do is you can put the client name up here. And since this is my starter theme, I just put client name because I'm going to change that for every client. Let's see, you can tell who sees this dashboard when they log in, or who sees the client name. I guess that's what that's for. Select the roles. Yeah, this is hidden for, so you can hide that. Now this is what I think is really awesome. Right here is because you can create custom dashboards, and I don't know in this whoever's in here, I don't know if you guys use Elementor or anything like that. I use Elementor. You can also do this with basic HTML, but I feel like if you use Elementor, this part will really benefit you. And you can write some basic HTML if you want to, and like custom your own stuff, do your own custom stuff. But the way you do this with Elementor is you create a template. So you'll come in here and I created a dashboard template. So so basically I just customized this to what I wanted it to be, and these right here link out to post pages, as it says. I have my own website owner's manual that I give all my clients. I'm giving them the image dimension size for the home page and pages and posts, and then custom tutorials if I have any. And then what you also could do here is, I think would really be cool, is if you use, how many people use Loom? Does anybody use Loom? Or, okay, or YouTube or anything like that? You could actually embed a Loom video in here. And with the HTML field. So you just you would just add your HTML field and then add your Loom code to show the video, and then it would play right in the admin screen if you wanted it to. So that's something that I do for some of my clients. So that's kind of how I build out my dashboards, or my dashboard right here. You can also have a second dashboard. If you use Elementor or anything like that, I don't see why you would need a second dashboard. But if you did want it, you could. You could also add an RSS dashboard, an RSS dashboard. I think that's what dashboard panel. So I've never done that, so I don't really worry about that. Here you can actually, if you don't want your clients to really mess up some of your websites or get into like the ACF custom fields area that you've created and stuff like that, you can hide different things from them. So like I could hide this from different clients if I wanted to. You just uncheck what you want them to, let's see, menus will be hidden. Yeah, I don't really use this a lot, but it would be something pretty cool to use if you don't want your clients to mess up. So you would just uncheck these if you wanted them to see them. So I always leave that blank. And then if you come over here, this is just doing stuff for the admin bar and nagging messages. If you don't want, so if you didn't want people to see all those update messages and stuff like that, if you're doing maintenance on this client's website and you don't want them to see all those ugly messages, you could check that and it would hide all those. You could hide the screen options panel up here that shows. You could hide the help box. You could do all types of things. But that's pretty much, you could write some custom CSS for the admin. That's pretty much all for this plugin. So the next and final part of the presentation is something that I use a lot for my websites, and it's called admin columns. And what this plugin lets you do is it gives you the ability to add like a featured image column or custom columns from a ACF field or certain things like that. So, and it's a free plugin. They have a pro version, and I haven't used the pro version, so I don't really know. I know that it gives you the ability to use ACF fields, but I mean, I know how to use ACF field. I'll show you how to use an ACF field inside of it if we can. But let's go to the actual dashboard itself. So I already have the plugin installed. And I'm gonna go to the settings. Right now, I am in my templates, which is for Elementor, but I wanna go to, pages. Because what I wanna do is I wanna make sure that my clients know that they have a featured image. So, and basically you can do away, like if you don't care, another thing that I think is cool is if you don't want them to see this, or if you don't think this is relevant, you can remove it. So if you don't think the date's relevant or the comments are relevant for the pages, you can remove that. But I'm going to add a new column, and I want them to know that I'm going to call this featured image. And you can have it a custom width, so a pixel width. So what I'm going to do is make it like 200 or something, or 175 or whatever. And then down here, I just type featured image. So the image width and height is going to be that, and then you hit save, and then you come over here to the pages area. I'm not sure that my images, yeah, here we go. So one of my pages does have a featured image. So it shows if you want, like, you can move this. So if you wanted this to be at the beginning of your, like right after the title or something like that, like you could hit update and then come over here and refresh, and it would be right here. So I really think this is a cool plugin. Let's see. Let me add a custom field to all the pages right quick. Add. I'm just going to add a text field. And yep, gonna hit update. Gonna come back to the pages field. And oh, I didn't tell it to show on. My bad, y'all. Kind of doing this one on the fly because I wasn't going to show this, but we have time. So, so if we come to custom fields, I didn't display this on the pages. So the post type, I need to have this on pages. Update this. Come here, go to pages. And so now there's a pages text, if you can see that down here. So I'm going to put this is text. And I'm going to hit update. And then we're going to come back to settings, admin columns. And we're going to add this custom field. Now, normally, without the pro version, you can't use, you could actually, or with the pro version, you could actually use custom fields and or ACF. You can use regular custom fields with free, but I'm going to show you how to use ACF with a free version. So here, I'm just going to call this notes, and I'm going to look for here. It says advanced custom fields, but it says pro. But if you keep scrolling, and unless they've changed this, let's see. Unless they've changed this recently, custom fields. Here we go. So right here. So if you look and type, there it is, page text right there. Field type default, and then I'm just going to hit update, and I'm going to move this before the author, and hit update again, and then I'm going to come here and come to my pages default view, and there's the custom field. So that's how you use AC or admin columns to help the client experience. One other thing, if you guys want to know this or not, I used an extra plugin to make it look like this, and it's called Nested Pages. It's a really cool plugin. I like it a lot. One thing I really like about this plugin is you can add multiple pages at one time. So you can say test and add test to or whatever, and then you just hit add, and it adds both the pages at one time. That's what I use this plugin for the most. You can also drag and drop these around. So move these around with this plugin, which I kind of like. It's kind of interesting.
If you move it on your site, does that affect it for other admins?
I'm not sure. That I'm not sure about. So I'm not really sure. But that's pretty much all this does, and that's pretty much all I have for today. If you guys want to chat for a little while or have questions or anything like that, you can unmute yourself and ask away. So, or we can chat and just hang out for a little while.
Hey, I did a presentation a couple weeks back, or a couple months back now, on media library plugins.
Okay.
And I'll put some links here. I reviewed several of them. There was one that I thought was really worth looking at, and that was, let me get to it, Media Library Assistant, and it's free, but it does all the stuff that I think the Happyfiles does and a bunch more.
Wow.
So check out Media Library Assistant. It's in the, I put a document and a spreadsheet where I reviewed these things.
Okay.
So
cool.
Check out Media Library Assistant. I thought that was pretty cool, pretty powerful.
I've actually heard of that, and I'm not sure why I didn't use it, but
I had not heard about
I'm not
the
sure.
Happyfiles.
Yeah,
this Happyfiles.io must be having some DNS issues because there, now it's working. All right.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm going to unmute everybody.
You know what? I'll put this in a private.
So if you have questions or anything, just go ahead and ask. You actually have to unmute yourself. I'm sorry. When I hit unmute all, it didn't work. Hey, Jacqueline. Sorry, I didn't see that you were waiting in the waiting room, so I hope you didn't miss much. But I just finished the presentation.
It's okay.
But Jacqueline, I will have this on YouTube soon after. So if you want to watch it, you're
okay. I'll look for it.
Yeah. Do you have any, I know you didn't see it, but do you have any questions about what we talked about? Or I can kind of recap because, I mean, we have another, I put this for 2 hours in case people had questions or anything, but I can kind of walk very simple about what plugins we use and stuff like that.
Cliff, I have a question.
Okay, go for it.
Question is, this is all on the back end, obviously on the WP admin side, and it looks like you're using local on your own machine. I'm just wondering how much of a drag this adds to the WP admin on a real site, on a real host.
So I use it on all my sites, and it doesn't, I mean, I use all these plugins on all my sites, and I haven't noticed a drag.
Okay.
Because technically it's really only 4 plugins. So it's not a lot of drag at all. So there's it
only if you had GoDaddy or Bluehost, right?
Yeah, if you have GoDaddy or Bluehost, you're kind of screwed. Excuse my French, but now everybody knows how I feel about Bluehost and GoDaddy. But Jacqueline, just so you know what we talked about, I don't know if you know who I am, but my name's Cliff Kennedy, and
I came to just one WordPress thing once. I'm just kind of new.
Okay. Well, I won't talk about myself. So basically, I kind of overview like, okay, this is what the normal WordPress dashboard looks like, and what the client experience looks like. And these are some plugins that I use to make the dashboard look better and the client experience look better. This is what I want it to look like. And this is when it comes to media management, like, there's a bunch of plugins out there that we can use, and different things like that. So I talked about that for a little while. Talked about hiding the login and how to do that. And then I talked about making your dashboard look awesome. And you can do this with this plugin. And then I also talked about how to make your the pages and post custom post type area, like show certain things. Like if you have a featured image for your image, you can show that on a WordPress website in the admin area. And then that was pretty much it. But it was a little bit longer presentation, but you can definitely check it out it'll be on the YouTube channel later today, probably.
Okay, I'll look. I may look and see what else is out there, because I'm really new to WordPress. I've done a few things on a site that's already been developed, or 2 sites that have already been developed, but I'm just
okay. Are you you say you're new to WordPress? Are you a WordPress? Are you a developer? Are you a beginner? Are you a designer?
It's kind of a weird thing, because I have been a programmer in the past.
Okay.
But I've done some PHP stuff, but I've kind of gotten out of that for a few years, a little bit of time. I don't know how long. And so I have 2 places that have WordPress sites that I've been helping them with.
Okay.
So I've just mostly been uploading media, making a few changes, but I want to understand more. One site uses Elementor. Okay. So I'm going to try and learn more about that, so that when I want to make a change, I can make it. It's one thing to upload a new file and put a link there. It's another thing to understand it well enough that you can make changes and revise things.
And just so you know, this slideshow is built with Elementor, by the way.
Okay.
And if you want to see the slideshow, the link to the slideshow is in the chat. Catherine posted it. And also, if you want to learn more about Elementor, Catherine's giving a talk tomorrow in the Elementor Greenville.
I saw that.
Okay.
I'm signed up to. I'm gonna try and join that too tomorrow.
Awesome. And
Great, thanks.
Catherine will be giving that one. So she's awesome. Y'all can unmute yourself and talk. Lyle, what did you think, buddy?
I actually use a lot of these plugins already. I use Admin Columns Pro at work. I use a couple of the other ones you mentioned. Admin Columns Pro is probably the one I found the most useful in terms of maintaining a client site. The reason for that is I've had various clients where they say, like, how can I access this? So the big thing is they need to do bulk edits. That's one thing Admin Column lets you do right from the viewing the table, where you can view all the pages, all the posts, or whatever custom post type you're working on. You can edit in line really quickly. I've had that a lot for e-commerce clients where they need to do like a bulk. Particularly one client I had, they do subscriptions, and they needed to update a whole bunch of subscriptions at once, update their renewal date. And so that was a huge time saver, being able to bulk update those right through that plugin versus having, again, if you just had the default WordPress admin area, you don't have the inline edit capability. You don't really have that bulk edit capability for the custom fields.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
In terms of maintaining sites, that plugin was definitely probably the most useful, because it's not just a visual side, there is a functionality side to it in terms of filtering, ordering, inline editing, so on and so forth.
Yeah, and there are a lot more plugins out there that you can do all these steps with. Like, you could use 4 different plugins probably to do these 4 steps. But I do feel like out of the 4, Admin Columns is probably the best plugin. Another plugin I didn't stick in here that I use a lot is Advanced Custom Fields. I didn't even stick that in here. But one thing I will show you all that I did with this, I did with this dashboard. Is I created an options page where you could go into and change certain things. So if I wanted to change this to 3 hours of maintenance, and I wanted to change certain things about it, let's say I needed to update this PDF or whatever, I could upload a different PDF right there. I could change the slideshow height and width and all that. And then when you hit update and come back to the dashboard, this is changed to 3 hours. And
did you use ACF to do that there?
Yeah, I did use ACF to do that. Yep, I used an ACF admin dashboard, dashboard options page. So I did use ACF, and this just links out to a support ticket area that I use. So I mean, that's pretty much it. So that's all I have. So I'm glad you joined, Lyle. It's awesome to hear from you. Yeah. You too, Jacqueline. Hadn't seen you in a while. And Catherine, I talk to you all the time, but it's been a while. So I appreciate y'all, and come back tomorrow. Talk to y'all later.
See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.